We're smooth 98.1 FM, 16 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock already, 30th of November. It's a Thursday, and one you can see morale very high, motivation is on 100 right now, especially when you have the combo and the energy this two would bring into it. Can power a community of about 50,000 with different electrical households. But then, let it be said, watch out for your speaker. One of them has a tendency to make you change your speakers very often. But let's go over to say good morning to Oris. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Omas. I'm not sure where to begin, but yes, as a few people might have noticed, I have been out, but I'm back. I am back. So good morning, Lagos.
Trust me. Nobody cares.
At least James Silas noticed, so
Nobody
I'm happy. Omas to also
Nobody
notice.
cares.
Omas and James Silas,
So,
my two fans.
okay, great. So we cannot deprive.
Yeah, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Omas. Good morning, Oris. Oris is back from wherever he went to, but nobody missed him. I'm so happy about this.
The way these two.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay.
I am sure I'm back, yeah.
It is the Grapevine, and usually it's all about entertainment stories, and that's what we're all about on the Grapevine. So we'd like to get what the stories we're treating this morning, how it makes you feel, how it resonates with you. It's what we're all about. So get this number over to 0809 will be where we'd like to read those responses. You can also go over to youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you can see everything going on right in the studio. That said, let's pick up the pace from these guys. Well, they were born twins somewhere in the northern part of the country. They picked up their musical career. At some point, you would say they gave you a reminder of a hybrid between Usher Raymond and then Michael Jackson at some point in time. And then they did great. They told stories and everything. But the person whose voice with which they told the story is the one speaking out now that makes us go back to these two. So, that said, James Silas,
Yeah.
we're here to understand now that Nigerian comedian Helen Paul saying that voice we hear, Uncle, please tell us a story back in 2005 was hers.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the first time she's saying it.
I
And
think
can
it's
we just
the
accord
first
that
time? It's the first
Yes,
time I'm hearing it.
Professor,
Professor.
Chief? There are some accolades to.
Yeah, she's
you
a
know,
chief too.
Yes, she's a chief as well.
Oh.
So shout out to her actually. And I was surprised. This is actually the first time I'm hearing it. Things like that. But I was just wondering that, how many years that song has been
Yes.
on for,
Yeah.
and how long she's also been in the entertainment space for, and not for once did I catch her say it way back. Do you understand? Who could have thought that it was Helen Paul that did that thing? And it was so inspiring to.
Who could have thought it was a woman? It was
Even
a
if,
woman.
yes,
It was an adult woman.
adult at the time.
Yeah.
Yes, who could have thought? And not just that, saying it, and then there was the part of the what's it called? Actually singing or repeating
There's
the
a backstory.
sequence.
She talked about
Yeah,
the
she talked about
backstory.
how it
The-
actually happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was very inspiring. I think we saw it on these guys and they do Honest Bunch.
podcast.
Honest, give it to them
And
on the honest bunch.
shout out to them too for how they've been bringing some really groundbreaking telling some or talking some really inspiring and expository conversations that we've had in recent time. So it was interesting I mean, not like right now it doesn't count to me anymore.
No, but
it's still
again,
very
look, see, if you, what I'm told,
Yeah.
that even if you walk by in a scene where a movie that eventually goes to pick up an Oscar or probably maybe whatever you do, even down to the person who served tea to the crew, everybody gets a mention. So please, Oris, talk to me about this aspect of giving credit for people's work. Look at just recently, was it Chris Brown? There's an album he put out, and there's this South African young girl, 17, 18, thereabout, where she released something in the classroom. She's just a budding singer. And then he tweeted it and then added it to a song. That is a way of giving credit, and then for life she gets paid as her career is budding. But talk to me about our tradition to give credit to people.
I don't even know if the focus should be on the Nigerian, I guess, habit of giving credit or not. I think it's specifically about P Square. Sadly, I mean, I don't know. This is supposed to be good, maybe good for them. I'm not sure, to be honest. But I would like to look back and see on the sheets what exactly who
It was
actually
not.
got.
I'll tell you
I
already.
doubt
Yes.
it wasn't,
No,
right?
but
So
let me
it's,
tell
and this is no, sorry. I
Okay,
just wanted to
go
mention
ahead.
the fact that so if she wasn't, it means it's a little bit like a habit for them, because if you remember, there was the Waje thing about Dumi and that whole controversy. And I remember at the point at that time, they were saying P Square was saying that they wrote the thing, so they don't understand why they need to give Waje or anybody credit. And in fact, they said they had learned a lesson after doing that. So there's something about them and credit apparently.
Let me quickly join you on that, on
Yeah.
what you just said now. I mean, absolutely what you said, right? But there's also the part where the system or the business at that time had not gotten to the acknowledgement or the knowledge of giving credit. I want to leave it as credit, as against maybe according royalties and all of those things. Because talk about Do Me, that song is still one of P Square's
biggest song.
Yes, true. Not just the biggest song.
Why would you put Busybody?
He had an iconic
One of them. He said one of them. It's definitely one of them.
That was the video that also changed the face of video, music videos in Nigeria. They shot that video in America, in South Africa. The picture quality, the cameras, it was just a.
But she wasn't in the video, was she?
No, she wasn't even in the video. Do you understand? That's where people could not even connect her in any way. At the time, she was unknown. She was relatively unknown.
But I think that's the other part of this story.
Yeah.
Apparently, the thing is, unless you have some kind of clout in the pre-clout days or in the current clout, on the current clout days, it is super, super difficult for you to get the credit you deserve.
There's even another case also relating to Two-Face Idibia. There was, hey uncle, you can lie. There was a voice of a young girl who did that also.
Yeah, so of course, until that girl becomes, person becomes
back in the day. So
until that person becomes famous,
yes. And being the daughter of one of the producers back in the days, who also was the voice that was used. But I'm just mentioning this.
But I think James has it right. The industry wasn't quite developed to the extent where people were demanding for these things. And the way, unfortunately, businessmen work is, if you don't ask, you will almost definitely. In fact, sometimes if you actually do ask, you still wouldn't get it. So imagine that you actually don't ask, because I think at the time Helen Paul she said she was like receptionist.
Yeah.
So think about it, in the structure of an organization that's doing a production for you, there is absolutely no way that they're going to consider you receptionist to get any kind of credit. So I'm not sure.
But that's not international best standard.
No, that's true. But I hope she wasn't speaking out of a certain level of bitterness.
No, she wasn't.
She said no. She actually, it's tricky because I saw the interview. So she was kind of saying that she didn't get paid, but somehow the things kind of worked out eventually, somewhat for her.
See another thing.
But I wonder about stuff like this.
See another thing, Oris. Yeah. You know how at the time you didn't know, then later you now realize that this is now what's happening. Do you understand? And then you now start feeling that touch of regret. Okay, so one of the things I watched this morning, before we came up live, was the guy that did one of the songs on Lion King. This was 13 years ago, and he said they offered him 2 million naira. Sorry, if I slap my mouth, $2 million. And at the time, that was what was offered, right? And there was excitement in the whole family, and average family, middle class family, who they are now offering 2 million. But the mother at the time now said, "Okay, wait, if you are willing to offer $2 million, that means there's actually more. We can actually benefit more from this particular project." And guess what? He said at the end of the day, he was now giving $100,000 cash, but till date, the guy is still making money from that royalties from that particular soundtrack that he did for Lion King.
But James, sorry, but I think there's a difference here. Sorry, just to say this, there's a difference here, because Disney offered that. I am definitely sure that neither P Square nor the people who actually owned that studio offered anything significant.
No, they did offer. No, let me tell you. The person
that
did the connection. Yeah, the person that did. If you watch that thing again, that the person gave that who did the connection, who now also gave to Helen.
How much are you talking about?
Of course, nothing
ridiculous figure.
We will still stay with these guys now, still P Square, but in this case, one of them, Rude Boy, giving advice to his fellow colleagues.
Yeah.
But then it says invest to avoid stories that touch. And well, Is this something to be a no-brainer, or you should give yourself brain in the first place?
No, unfortunately, you would say, this should be, everybody should know this. But common sense isn't the most common thing. And let's not forget, there's a way in which success, people who enter into a certain level of success believe it will always be there. And so it's like, what? How about next year I will invest? How about the other year I will invest? And then eventually it's like, see where we are. Again, it's also about the time. P Square belongs to, of course, I'm sure they think they're current, but let's say they belong to a particular time in the past. I think at that time in the past, it wasn't quite common for entertainers to be able to like make the money and have it last for like quite a while. I don't think the people of today have that problem anymore. So in a sense, P Square's advice is a little bit dated because a lot of the guys here nowadays, they're actually smart enough to know that, what, we would not always be at the top. What else can we do?
Okay, so in addition to that as well, you also see, and which is the same, it brings us back to the same level of information or education that we have in the entertainment business. That a lot of people who have done let's look at Nollywood, for instance. Some of the actors who are very big, who were very big and popular, but all they got back then, for some of the greatest movies that they did, even that has lasted over the test of, lasted test of time.
Yeah.
Was that money that they gave in that time, maybe 100,000 naira, if they had up to that 200,000 naira, and that was it. But the movies kept accruing. If you go to YouTube today, those movies are there. The people that produce or are still kicking
Now
off.
that you raised it, they should even be given the crown of being meme kings, Aki and Popo. You see that there's virtually no meme you can't get them into, and you begin to wonder if this meme we see all over the place generates into anything for them.
Let me tell something on that one too. You see, people that wrote the movies created those characters. I'm not saying that the guys, what's his name again?
Chinedu
and Otisa. I'm not saying that they don't have a stake, but I'm just saying that this still brings us back to that education that we didn't really have in the entertainment industry back in the day. But when the game started changing, I feel like if you were a creator at the time, or an actor or a musician, whatever, you would have tapped into the time and to understand that this is how, or this is what is happening right now. And truth is, sometimes there are no no matter how you want to make, there's no excuse for ignorance of what
ignorance is no excuse.
Yeah, you do understand what I'm saying? Because there are still people, fella, God bless his soul, even as at that time, KSA, these guys had that information. So okay, maybe what might have changed the game for a lot of the music people, even with the movies, would have been when the international left the country.
Thank you very much. I wanted to say this, that yes, that it's not these people. I don't think it's their fault.
Yes, it's not really.
I don't think so.
Okay. Information
but then again, there's also the bit, especially for Nollywood, it's about how big the industry was and where the money was going.
Okay.
Back in the day, a lot of the finances, a lot of the funds, a lot of the money that was made, revenue that was made, went directly to the producers.
Yes.
Actors were paid pittance. So the people who have thrived have maybe managed to succeed from then till now. So now that the industry is bigger, people can afford to say, you know what, we have money. But it wasn't so. It was really terrible money back in the day.
Okay, so this is just to sum it up, a word of advice coming in from Rude Boy of former P Square, giving advice to industry colleagues, stating here that was taken off of his Instagram handle, quote, seriously, a lot is going on in the industry, that's the entertainment industry, including depression and all. It goes on to say, but I beg, if you reach your turn to shine, I beg, try to invest in no easy at all. Avoid story that touches me self, don't tire to the hear stories. It can't be like say na lose guard industry. That's how we close it.
Let them go and give the money. Let them donate.
All right, so it's still the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. We'd like to hear what your thoughts would be on so far the entertainment stories we've been looking at. I still got Oris here with me.
Yeah,
we did here.
Okay, so put it back.
Easy.
Now you are the next person that's not going to get credit. They go use your voice. They don't do it.
No. There's one other girl though who was trying to collect money from. This is another close one. One girl who
From P-Square too.
no. This American act.
America.
One girl like that who said.
There's many now. The girl that was on Hello Kuti. No, it's not popular.
He said they're not
Or them doing it.
There are lots of them tests.
That one has no credit. I won't know the girl name. There are many pages, so it's a crazy
This one
story.
came back once. I think she even got something. Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't know. This
This okay, now Latino. She's a Latino. One guy is seems to.
No, but let's not forget that for some of those songs they were not released or distributed internationally. But they still went back, even from the normal to go and bring them back into transfer them to the digital platform, which is where they will have had the opportunity to now.
So now yes, update the
Do you understand?
people that get
But
it.
a lot of them were really still.
Fela that you mentioned, Fela was lucky because he got
That's what I'm
exposed.
I wanted to
saying.
tell you that.
That's
In
what I'm
fact,
saying.
no, forget exposure. If not because we people have a hand in trying to manage his finances.
Yeah,
It's dead now.
yes,
So it's
now.
dead. Look, almost every year, every 2 years, they release like a box set.
Yeah.
A fella this one, a fella that
Yeah.
one. Europe is full of fella you get.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why he's still thriving. If it was dead to Nigeria, forget it. The legacy is dead.
Getting a glow sim
true.
immediately.
It's
I'm
just
not
dead.
giving you
Yeah.
my
So
data.
yeah, so he's one of the lucky few.
Why didn't you tell
Then
me about
KSA
this
too,
data
like
plan?
I'm happy you mentioned KSA.
No, but your KSA zone is different, I think, because KSA zone is the value of KSA performing at
NP,
the
how
event
far?
is crazy.
How
It's a live event thing for KSA.
Ah, yes.
It's not a royalty thing at all. Fela is royalty. KSA is live performances.
Yeah.
So it's about his personality, who he is as a person.
Yeah.
The people that were patronizing him then
Good
are
to go.
rich, are the big men now.
Okay.
Let's go. Alright, so let's go. We're Smooth 98.1 FM. You're welcome back. Still picking up the entertainment story. Oris still here and James Silas.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So we're still breathing
Why
and
did Udi?
Yes.
you do. So let's pick up this next one. And well, it's the sun. They say a lion cannot give birth to a goat. You just have to show the origin of the source. But that's how we pick up this. It leads the Egypt 80 right now. And I don't know the name of the band is called right now, but still doing great in terms of showing that Afrobeat is moved from first generation to second generation, and it's also moving to third generation if we see what Made Kuti is doing. But
Let's see.
Let's go to the-
I don't know yet.
let's stay with the uncle for now. We're staying with the uncle now. Uncle Seun Kuti is the one speaking here, and is speaking to the origin in terms of Lagos. Lagos is a white man's land, is what is quoted as saying here. And we're trying to get this straight, knowing in this is Afro consciousness. He tends to push across on his Instagram handle. Are you surprised he's getting this across? And you think people will be happy with this point he's making?
People will be happy. I don't think anybody cares. The thing is that Seun is a very, very opinionated person. I don't think what Seun believes in is what he knows, and you cannot tell him nothing. I think it will be difficult to win an argument with Seun Kuti. No matter.
I want to say that I think I have tried and won once, but
You okay? Congratulations, you did. So for Lagos State, I mean, personally, I cannot really say. Do you understand? I don't know. I don't think if in the grand scheme of things right now, as far as my person is concerned, I don't think I care about who owns Lagos. Do you understand? So, but if you look at it from another perspective, maybe economically or whatever, I'll say that where's the heart, or which location are we going to consider the heart of Lagos? In terms of real estate, in terms of the economy, and all the rest. I believe I understand that back in the day, the colonial era, the British or our colonial leaders were residing where Ikoyi, right?
even parts of
Parts of VI.
Lagos Island.
Saleko.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are still choice areas
Exactly.
till date. And so, but when it comes to ownership of the land, Lagos is a part of Nigeria. So if you are saying the whites owned Lagos, that would almost sound like the whites also owned the
Yes.
you know.
But
So
I think we should discuss the context in which he said this. Of course,
Uh-huh.
part of the what he's contributing to is this whole debate about Yoruba own Lagos or who doesn't own
Yes.
Lagos, And of course, as everybody knows, it became a really big thing during the last
Election.
elections you get. So Sheung is saying that you people are arguing needlessly. When it comes down to it, what matters is capitalism. Who
True.
has the money and who has been able to purchase these things? And you know that I think if you live in Lagos, you probably be aware of. Okay, let me give you a story. Sorry, briefly. I was meeting with my estate agent recently, and the guy was like, how is where you are staying? Because he got me the house like years ago. I was like, oh, it's fine, but I think I want to move. He's like, don't move, Oris. Because the figures that we are hearing outside is crazy. Just stay where you are, and that tells you something about the state of estate purchases in Nigeria.
Yes.
Apartments or land or whatever it is you want to buy in Lagos is incredibly expensive. Think about it. How many people who are based here in this same Lagos have the wherewithal to actually own these things? So that's where I think Sean is coming from. And so he's saying that, when you think about the people who actually have the money to purchase this land, most of them are foreigners. And I think the man has a point.
Okay, that makes us move over to, we know even the BBN season is over, but she's in our face. But you could go ahead and let us know you found love, but it seems she has a way of getting this message across. Where do you like to get your toothpaste from the middle or from the tip?
This is a big issue. Don't downplay it.
Okay.
Don't downplay it.
So this takes us to Angel Smith saying she needs our prayers because she's now gotten to meet a man who decides it's from the middle. He likes to get the toothpaste out of the tube. Why should this be an issue, James Silas?
I didn't know before.
It's a big issue.
I got into my later time when I got married and got into, or when I got into like we started having serious relationships. So I did think that was going to be a thing. It's like one day I just thought, why should you even with regular friends, like bro, I don't like people. Why can't you just be organized? Can't you just press from the middle? Why do you have to come to the top? The middle.
I wish you guys could see Omatseye's face. He looks surprised about this.
It messed with my mind. I didn't think it was normal. I could never have thought that. No, bro. I could never thought that somebody would just go to the middle.
James is entirely correct.
Okay.
This is a very, very big breakup worthy issue about like where you press your whatever. At what stage in your tube do you push it?
That's why I also knew that mentally or what's the word? Mentally, psychologically, that become matured. That and because sometimes one of the responses I got was, what does it matter? It's just toothpace. I said it's just toothpaste.
But wait, Omas, since you are the person who is the most surprised person in this studio, let me ask you this. So which do you consider superior in terms of like being worthy of being an issue in a relationship? The issue of who presses what in a toothpaste, at what stage you press it, or what portion of it you press, or the people who cannot date somebody who is using an Android phone or an iPhone. Which of them to use? Which is more superior?
I think there is an element of, you could tell, I see a sense of, you could tell if someone is organized in a way, problem-solving ability, I see it inherent.
Problem-solving? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Organized, I agree. Problem-solving ability for toothpaste. Are you kidding me?
You could analyze from that point.
Okay, so what are you saying to me?
I think for the Android setting, that's just being too elitist for me. It's just discriminatory. That's apartheid for me. I don't like it.
Anyway, next story, please. This is not a good
phone. So
oh my god!
I know where you're coming from.
James Silas, you're out it. Oh come on, because
all the women who have been targeting Omas have now like, you know what? I'm striking him off our league because of James. James has outed you.
No.
He has brought you out from the closet.
Okay. I mean, I know how you feel.
Gentlemen, like you said, I need a helmet right now because it's hard. So when I fall, so that my head will be protected. So let's go on to the next one. Oh God. Just anyway, pray for Angel Smith. That's what she's final. That's what she said because
and so much is our boyfriend apparently. Yeah. So
okay.
Good luck to them.
Let's touch base with this one. Well, she usually knows that her father is not Dangote, so she put it out there, and of course she would fight for anything she believes in. And now she tells us that look, this transformation you see in me, gentlemen, especially men, well, women of course added, it's something that was earned. I didn't do it. It's not. It wasn't surgical. Are we asking for details? Shall we see the transformation, Oris?
Ah, to be honest, I think these things are important. I won't lie. I think when somebody as what's the word now? As weighty, I'm using that word, as Teni used to be, becomes who she is now.
Yeah.
I think there is a vested interest. Everybody wants to know how did we do it, because it means something. To be honest, people understand how hard it is to lose weight, and then you do it so drastically over a relatively short period of time. People want to know how did it happen, because that's one of the things it can do. It can empower people to say, you know what, we too can go on this journey.
Sure.
But if you are lying about it, it presents like a very interesting perspective for people to say, hey, maybe this thing is too difficult. Let us even go and let's go under the knife. So Teni saying this, truth is, I don't know. I've not seen her belly, so I can't tell. But I know that I hope she's saying the truth. Okay. And I hope that it's beyond just declaring that she's not happy about people making this kind of commentary. She can tell us exactly what she did. She said she goes through a lot. What exactly? What are the details? Did you stop eating? Did you jog? What exactly? Just tell us.
Okay, maybe we'll find details of that in that album, Tears of the Sun, because she's got a new body of work out there. So I think that in itself spoke about how she lost her voice and in the process recovered, and it goes on. But let's go over to the value of the Naira right now and see how it relates to this artist in question and breathing, getting to come out of for the first time, having met the bail condition. Naira Marley and Sam Larry, they're out there right now making first appearance, and people are seeing them right now. So does it look like the storm is over, James Silas?
And it's so funny the way they say make their first appearance. Social media, I always say, you guys don't pay attention to everything you see. I mean, don't take it too seriously, because it's just funny. Yes, they put out a video, right? Yeah. But I don't think this is their first appearance in public. Yeah. I really don't know, but. And I don't think that is a big deal at all. I mean, I saw the video and I was just looking at it, barely. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know where they're going to, but
no, but how can you say it is a big deal?
No, I'm saying that it's probably not the first time that they're actually making a public.
Yes, but no.
But a picture or video was posted in public, and then
that's the point. That's what it means. That's what we can see them from. So
and you know what the past months have been about for this particular two guys. So I don't think I think it's a big deal actually.
Okay.
But this one, let's quickly call the police on this one, because he has a song in that title called "The Police," and that's Orezi, the singer, losing his house to fire, and this time again, and how we, what can we say to console? How can we console such a person at this time?
You give them money. That's how
but I'm even more concerned. These people who one assumes are relatively wealthy, or at least have this amount of money. What is happening with their homes? Was it not a few months ago also hard? I feel like is there something happening to the way these houses are built, or is there like no safety? I think that's the more.
I think it's important
concerning
what he just said.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because I remember when AY, when he shared like a video, he did like a tour around his house, beautiful, the work that was done and everything. I think it's time now for either the government, Lagos state government or whatever, generally, to pay more attention. There are bodies and parts of the government that looks or inspects or sort of to ensure that you're using the right standard or whatever of material.
Why am I laughing? Like, what's that?
Okay, no.
I'm sure I saw a comment or something that made him okay, but let me quickly just run that they need to pay attention to all of these things. It's fancy. Sometimes you have money, you get the developers. Even with the developers, they need to be sure that they're working. Look, one time I went to Abuja long time ago, and I realized that the type of blocks or what's called mixture that they use or they had in Abuja or they had at that time, bro, you can never compare to anything that they had in Lagos at the time. I don't know if they're still doing to now, but there was a major strict regulation,
measurement and everything.
It was very strict.
Okay.
But I don't know, even with materials, electrical, and there are a lot of fake things and
even though Oris would throw me out there once again under the bus for a second time, saying I can give them money to console them, but I guess in order to console them, words can become handy as it. So they say
words bow.
Just hold on now. Just see, let's drop it here now. They say the fire that raises down the palace of a king only adds to the beauty, because you will not build it the same way it was in the former state. So let's move on.
Lagosians, please stone Omar from wherever you want, please. Just stone this man.
So final story now. Let's touch base with the bad boy of the entertainment industry right now. P. Diddy. He stepped down in his role as a chairman of a certain organization as against the backdrop of KC's revelation, and then it seemed like they are lining to come out for him. So what does it say?
I think it says that Diddy has been an idiot. Frankly, no. I said what I said. Because before this issue came out, apparently, Cassie's team had reached out to his own team or to him to say, hey, we are going to do this. We want to settle this before it comes out. And foolishness. I feel like it's such heavy folly. Settle this matter because there's a chance. I mean, she was probably right. I don't know, because they set her out of court. So, but which kind of means that he suspects she might have something on him. You dated this woman for years. You should know exactly what you did. Settle this thing and don't let it get to this particular stage.
Call that bluff.
Exactly. So I feel like it's such a stupid thing to do because a day after the thing was announced in the New York Times, he settled. Just like, so what exactly were you thinking? And I heard that it's about a 9-digit, which is about 100 million. Meanwhile, it looks like she had been asking for 30 million.
It looks like more persons are queuing up.
Yes, and now, yes, and exactly, yes, and of course, that has embodied people to say, you know what, this man did this, so there's a bunch of other cases waiting, just lining up, waiting for my guy.
And Usher did an interview where Usher had lived with P. Diddy when he was 14, and he testified saying that there are times where you see orgy and a whole lot goes in there. So for him to have said that, then more will come. But let's pick messages up. I see Tayo saying, welcome back, Oris.
Thanks, Tayo.
So this one noticed you were not around then. So James Silas,
James is a hitter.
It says we are witnessing the same thing Ellen Paul narrated with KC over
the piano thing. Yes, with the piano.
He gave the flutist a car instead of royalty, and the guy didn't know better. I saw the video. I'm like, no, if only you guys. Anyway, they didn't pay me, so I won't say anything. So if a club buys a player and got to sell millions of club shirts off his name, who gets the money and how is the royalty paid to the player?
It depends on how it's agreed.
So it wants you to link it up now to the entertainment story also.
Yeah.
That's what it's
No, sometimes, of course, people are just studio hands. So that's a particular type of arrangement.
Then this one comes in from your regular, Xavier from Bagada.
Hey, my God.
It says, James, one name, one game. Please don't let anyone drag you into that rabbit hole of who owns Lagos. You know what I mean.
Of course.
Oluwaseun comes in here. Where to press toothpaste being a cause of quarrel or breakup is foolish. Yes, I said it, full chest. You are not breaking up because of emotional abuse, dirtiness, or anything or else or substance. These people need therapy or need to see a psychologist or maybe a psychiatrist. I am sure there is some underlying issue or trauma, something to involve that issue. If it is that important, buy 2 toothpaste, make everybody day their lane. Say it straight up. And Cruz will come in with a message. Cruz tells me, Diddy is not an idiot. I said what I said. Oh, just realize how much I miss Baba James and the ever troublesome Oris.
Troublesome, can you imagine? Cruz feelings.
And I see Tayo Casey using Egbon Sadiq to dethrone Diddy. Well, he says he thinks it's him. Insurance company said, not today. Hashtag surviving Diddy. Emma, I see your message. Shehu is always angry. I beg. That's how we sum it up. Thank you so much, Oris and James, for your time out.
Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. James Silas, everywhere on social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, wherever. Holla at me. Let me know from Grapevine. You see, I am from the Grapevine now.
Yeah, and catch Oris is catch Orisgram on Instagram and
catch Oris and call the police.
No, please. Just catch Oris and say hi at the end.
Saint Padjo, thanks for your time also. That's a wrap. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Good morning.
Music, love.